पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अस्माकम् अद्यतनविषयः अस्ति 19तमः अभ्यासः। अभ्यासक्रमाङ्कः 19 पृष्ठक्रमाङ्कः 38। सुन्दरजी कृपया पठतु प्रथमः क शब्दान्।
द्वि दो उभ दोनों उभय सर्वनाम शब्द। द्विजः ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य अथवा पक्षी अथवा दान। द्विरेफः औरा बलम बल दंपति पति पत्नी पितरौ माता पिता दोनों अश्विनी कुमार। द्विवारम 2 बार युगलम जोड़ा युगम जोड़ा द्वंद्वम जोड़ा।
धन्यवादः। द्वि उभे उभ उभय दोनों के अर्थ में है बोथ। जैसे कठोपनिषदि प्रथमाध्याय द्वितीयावली प्रथम मंत्र अन्यत् श्रेयो अन्यदुतैव प्रेयस ते उभे नानार्थे बोथ श्रेय एंड प्रेय। सो उभ शब्द इज यूज्ड इन टू दोनों। द्विजः के 3 अर्थ हैं। यज्ञोपवीत संस्कार जिसको हुए हैं अथवा पक्षी अथवा दांत बर्ड और टीथ। द्विरेपा भौरा बम्बल बी। Actually, do you hear a lot of background noise from outside? If it is disturbed,
there is it's okay. You can't.
No, it's not too bad. Once a while but it's okay.
Okay, if it gets very disturbing, I will close the door. Okay, then it should be. Actually, I will already close one. द्विरेपः भौरा बम्बलबी। बलम बल स्ट्रेंथ। दंपति पति पत्नी स्पाउस। पितरौ माता पिता पेरेंट्स। अश्विनौ दोनों अश्विनी कुमार बोथ अश्विनी कुमार। द्विवारम 2 बार ट्वाइस। युगलम जोड़ा युगम जोड़ा द्वंद्वम जोड़ा ऑल जैसे पेयर अथवा कपल सर्वे अर्थे सर्वे शब्दे अर्थः अस्ति कपल अथवा पेयर। अस्तु ख शब्दानि आभाजी कृपया पठतु।
जी दीक्ष और दीक्ष which means देना। हास चमकता। आ प्लस लंब लंब यानी सहारा देना लेना। स्रंस गिरना। ध्वंस नष्ट होना। व्यथ दुखित होना।
एक निमिषः धन्यवादः। दीक्षा देना टू इनिशिएट। भास चमकना टू शाइन। आलंब आ उपसर्ग पूर्वक इसको उपसर्ग बोलते हैं। आ उपसर्ग पूर्वक लंब धातु तो जब हम देख रहे हैं, आई विल शो अष्टाध्यायी आ लंब धातु सहारा देना अथवा लेना, टू टेक और गिव सपोर्ट. स्रंसति, स्रंस धातु स्रंसति, स्रंसते, स्रंसरेते, स्रंसन्ते, वैसे. गिरना, टू फॉल. ध्वंस, ध्वंस धातु नष्ट होना, जैसे प्रध्वंस अभाव, ध्वंस. व्यथ धातु दुखित होना, जैसे श्रीमद् भगवद गीतासु द्वितीय अध्याये यम हि न व्यथयन्ति ते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ, द्वितीय अध्याये मे बी 15 श्लोकः अस्ति. यम हि न व्यथयन्ति ते, इफ आई एम रॉन्ग प्लीज करेक्ट मी. व्यथयन्ति, so whoever is dukhita, there that shabda is used. So all these shabdas are quite common in our Shruti Smriti. अस्तु, कोऽपि प्रश्नः अस्ति वा? अस्तु, अस्तु. आभा जी कृपया अग्रे पठतु, ग और घ दोनों.
द्विधा, दो प्रकार से. द्वयम्, ई, दो. द्विविधः, दो प्रकार का. द्विगुणः, दुगुना.
धन्यवादः. ग अव्यय शब्द, एक शब्द अस्ति, एकं शब्दम् अस्ति अद्यतन. द्विधा, दो प्रकार से, इन टू वेज. द्वयम्, द्वयी, द्विविधः, दो प्रकार का, जैसे हम इन तर्क संग्रह एटसेट्रा, सा च द्विविधः, सा च त्रिविधः. देयर आर 2 टाइप्स, 3 टाइप्स, वैसे द्विविधः. द्विगुणः, दुगुणः. अस्तु, एकनिमिषः अहं.
Sorry, I have one question. You know, words like this, dvamsa and vyatha and all that, they will not have dvivachan and all that, right? They will only, will they just operate with vyatha, or how will they change?
ध्वंस विल बी ध्वंसते, ध्वंसेते, ध्वंसन्ते, क्योंकि यहाँ पे all धातु is given here will be in आत्मनेपद. So they will all
we just
follow
the sevate one,
yes,
like we do the sevate.
Yes,
that's it. Okay, thanks. That's it.
They will specifically mention if it is a different rupa. Like for example, today they have not mentioned if it is a different. So you can assume that if there is no mention, they will follow the same.
Okay, thanks.
एकनिमिषः. I just wanted to show on ashtadhyayi.com app why we see this alamba shabda, how we can find, because often in our classes even Swamiji asks this. Today when Brahadaranyaka there was one shabda chakshuhu, chakshushi, chakshumshi. This rupa and all, where should I find? Somebody may have this question, so I wanted to demonstrate this before we go ahead. Alamba, sahara dena athva lena. So if you want to say alamba on Ashtadhyayi, first everyone can see the screen, right? Ashtadhyayi.com.
Yes.
Okay. So first on this top right, on the drop down, Sutra Patha is for all the sutras. So if I go to Sutra Patha and I say, for example, 1.3.5 something, you see all these numbers are coming. Or for example, this today's Jalam Just Jashi is 8453. 8453 Jalam Just Jashi. So one way is I can just search for the number, or I can also search in English. I can type JHALAAM or JHALAA. Here I will get all the Jala Shabda. So Jalam Jashi. This one is here. This is one way for Sutra Patha. Then for Dhatu Patha, this is what we are interested, because Ashtadhyayi.com has Dhatus also. Here I can search something like LAM. If I want to say Lamb Dhatu, if I want to know what Lamb alam ka lam. There are two. Lambi shabde, vadi. So you see the meaning. There are twice they come. Lam shabda itself has two meanings, the dhatu. So the lam dhatu, first meaning is to sound or shout or whatever, to hang down. Here they have said sahara dena athva lena. हाँ, कोई प्रश्न अस्ति वा? किमस्ति प्रश्न?
Lambodara, where Lamba comes from? Is it a Sangya Shabd over there? Lambam Udaram Yasya Saha we will say, but that Lamba is from, that Lambam also, is it coming from the root or something else?
This is a good question. If you can make Samasa Vigraha as Lambam Udaram, then it has to be Sangya only. It is not going to be Dhatu if you can make the Samasa Vigraha. So it is Sangya.
Okay, because
you can
my
check.
Question was because
Shabda
sometimes for the Shabda, Sangya Shabda will also be derived from Dhatu. So, I mean, some karma.
Yes.
So, in that sense, I was asking.
Yes. So, sometimes the Sanya, you are correct. Sometimes the Dhatu will also give rise to Sanya Shabdas. This thing is getting hung today. But in this Shabda Patha, if you see on the... it is. You can see, Lamban, Lambodara. You can just go and check in this app itself. When you search for these words in Shabda Patha, you just have to make sure you are searching in the right place. Drop down Sutra Patha, Dhatu Patha, Shabda Patha. And also Gana Patha, etc. But we don't need that now. Sutra, Dhatu, Shabda.
The Shabda Kosha is like a dictionary?
Yes, it is sort of like a dictionary. But it will be more than just a dictionary. So you see, Lambodaraha, they give the full Rupa itself. Lambodaraha, Lambodaraha, everything they are giving. You can also search for this Lamba Shabda, Akaranta. They will also give Akaranta Nagumsakalinga. So whatever we are trying to do here, they give details in the app. Now we wanted to see, we wanted to see what this Lamb Dhatu is. So A plus Lamb, when you say Lamb, these two things come. यहाँ पे they are given सहारा देना अथवा लेना. So obviously it is to hang down अर्थ में. In between these two, that is more सहारा देना अथवा लेना. Here in this plus, the plus sign is for upasargas. So you can go and check. Drop down. A plus lam is given. When they give A plus lam in the page number 38, in the fifth line, they are given A plus lam sahara dena iti asti. So, when we go to this plus sign and then drop down, A is not here. Pra, para, pra upasarga, para upasarga, apa upasarga, sam upasarga. Where is A? A is not there. So by A, we have to take Ang. Ang upasarga purvak, we will become Alambanam. वैसे यहाँ पे है. So today's shabda is Lang Lakara, right? Lang Lakara. Kartari, Lang Lakara, Atmanepadam will be down here. You see, Kartari, Lang Lakara, Atmanepadam, Alambata. This is the Rupa. And when you click on it, they give even the upasargas and then the sutras. These are all the sutras that are working for each upasarga. So in this website, all these can be found if we know where to look. So today this upasarga came. I just wanted to show how to navigate this website.
Okay, this is very helpful. Thank you.
So today is, for example, Kartari Langlakara Atmanepadam Alambata. This will be the same as Asevata. You see, today in the example they again Asevata, Asevetam, Asevanta, Alambata, Alambetam, Alambata. So we'll just follow this. Okay. Enough of this. Back to page 38. Dampati Ashvinau Nitya Dvivachananta. So Dampati Shabda will all be Nitya Dvivachana. Jaise yesterday we had seen this in Abhyasa 18, this Patra Pramana Sarve Nitya Ekavachanam Santi. Patra Pramana Bhajana Aspada Sarve Shabdani Ekavachanam Nitya Ekavachana Shabdani Santi. Like that, Itivat Dampati Ashvinau Nitya Dvivachana. Deeksh to Vyat will be like Sevate. So Sundarji, your question. How will this the say Vyat Dhatu decline? Deeksh se Vyat, Sarve Sevate Vat. You have to say like Sevate. Vyakarana. द्विशब्द द्विवचनांत शब्द लंग लकारा आत्मनेपद जश्त्वसन. द्विशब्द के तीनों लिंग के रूप केवल द्विवचन में स्मरण करो. देखो शब्द संख्या 40. इति पृष्ठक्रमाङ्क किं भवति? 40. अस्तु. 135. एकशतं 35. हाँ, केतुल जी कृपया पठतु भवान् एव द्विशब्दं.
पुल्लिंग बताइए. द्वौ द्वौ द्वाभ्यां 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 द्वयोः द्वयोः. Only in द्विवचन. Yeah. And in नपुंसकलिंग द्विवचन. We have द्वे द्वे द्वाभ्यां 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 द्वयोः द्वयोः.
स्त्रीलिंगे अपि नपुंसकलिंगे स्त्रीलिंगे उभयोः द्वे द्वे द्वाभ्यां 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 द्वयोः द्वयोः. Obviously there is only dvivachana because this shabda is about dvi. There will not be ekavachana or bahuvachana in dvi. So they are given this. Okay. Back to page number 38. सेव लंग लकार आत्मनेपद. अवंतिका जी कृपया पठतु किं भवति? अवंतिका जी अस्ति वा? अस्ति. हाँ. अस्तु. सुंदर जी कृपया पठतु सेव धातु लंग लकार. हाँ, अवंतिका जी पठतु कृपया. हाँ, धन्यवाद.
सेव लंग आत्मनेपदः. असेव असेवेत.
धन्यवाद. असेवत असेवेताम असेवत असेवथाः असेवेथाम असेवध्वम् असेवे असेवावहि असेवामहि. अस्तु. सुंदर जी कृपया वदतु कस्मिन् धातु यू आस्क्ड? यू क्षम धातु आई थिंक यू आस्क्ड, राइट? क्षमा धातु.
No. I asked about the Vyanta and those two.
हाँ, ध्वंस धातु कृपया. ध्वंस. हाँ, वदतु कृपया ध्वंस धातु किं भवति?
अध्वंसत.
अध्वंसत.
अध्वंसत. अध्वंसेताम. अध्वंसेवंत.
अध्वंसंत.
अध्वंसंत.
सेव धातु के लिए असेवत. तो ध्वंस अध्वंस.
अध्वंसंत. अध्वंसतः. अध्वंसेताम. अध्वंसवध्वम्.
अध्वंसध्वम्.
सध्वम्. अध्वंसे अध्वंस्वावहि.
अध्वंसावहि.
अध्वंसावहि.
सम्यक्.
अध्वंसामहि.
धन्यवादः. सम्यक् अस्ति. सत्यं. हाँ, अस्तु. आभाजी कृपया पठतु. कृपया वदतु भास धातु किं भवति रूप?
Okay, so bhasata will be the root or abhasata.
हाँ,
will be the base.
हाँ.
So abhasata, abhasetam.
हाँ.
Abhasanta, right?
सम्यक्. हाँ.
Then abhasatha,
हाँ.
abhasetam,
हाँ.
abhasadvam,
सम्यक्.
abhasate,
अभासे
वही सॉरी अभासे द थर्ड ड्रॉप्स या अभासे अभासावहि अभासामहि
बहु सम्यक् बहु सुन्दरमस्ति धन्यवादः हाँ केतुलजी कृपया वदतु दीक्ष् धातु
अदीक्षत अदीक्षिताम् अदीक्षन्त अदीक्षथा अदीक्षिताम् अदीक्षध्वम् अदीक्षे अदीक्षावहि अदीक्षामहि
सब बहु सम्यक् अस्ति सत्यम् अस्तु संक्षिप्त रूप लगाकर दीक्षा आदि के रूप चलाओ ये डन अदीक्षत अभासत आलम्बत अक्षमत हाँ इफ इट इज आ उपसर्ग पूर्वक लंब धातु फॉर दीक्ष वी हैव सेड अदीक्ष सेव असेव इफ इट इज आ उपसर्ग इज ऑलरेडी देयर देन व्हाट विल वी डू आलम्बत दैट इज आलम्बत आलम्बेताम आलम्बत आलम्बताः आलम्बेताम आलम्बध्वम् आलम्भे आलम्भावहि आलम्भामहि दिस वाज गिवन इन दैट ashtadhyayi.com also अस्तु नियम चतुष्शीति हाँ सुंदर जी कृपया पठतु किं भवति नियम चतुष्शीतिः
Okay. So द्वि और उब शब्द सदा द्विवचन में ही आते हैं।
हाँ।
उभय दोनों शब्द तीनों वचन में आते हैं।
हाँ। और उस और उभय के रूप तीनों लिंग में सर्ववत चलेंगे।
उब और उभय के रूप तीनों लिंगों में सर्ववत चलेंगे।
धन्यवाद। बिफोर दैट चतुरशीति नॉट चतुष्शीति चतुरशीति 84 द्वि और उस शब्द सदा द्विवचन में ही आते हैं। दिस इज ऑब्वियस बोथ ऑफ देम तो वेयर इज द बहुवचन हियर और एक वचन बोथ उभयो उभय शब्द तीनों वचनों में आता है तो उस और उभय के रूप तीनों लिंगों में सर्ववत चलेंगे। उभय शब्द तीनों वचन में आते हैं। द्वि और उभ शब्द सदा द्विवचन में ही आते हैं। दिस विल बी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन उभ एंड उभय दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज अ डिफरेंस। अस्तु आभाजी कृपया पठतु पुनः नियम अग्रे नियम 85
क दंपति पितरौ अश्विनौ इनके रूप वचन में ही चलते हैं। इनके साथ क्रिया द्विवचन पितरौ अश्विनौ वा गच्छतः हसत भी shall I continue?
Yes, please. But I have some difficulty hearing you. Everybody else can hear Abhaji well?
Oh.
No, maybe it is my
Yeah.
connection. Okay, then I
Yeah,
guess it is.
I can hear Akash.
Okay, then clearly it is my connection.
I'll read it. That's okay. So, दंपति पितरौ अश्विनौ इनके रूप द्विवचन में ही चलते हैं। इनके साथ क्रिया द्विवचन में आती है। दंपति पितरौ अश्विनौ वा गच्छत गते।
धन्यवाद।
Now ख okay द्वय युगल ये चारों दो अर्थ के बोधक हैं। ये शब्द जुड़ते हैं और नपुंसक लिंग एक वचन रहते हैं। इन क्रिया एक में रहती है जैसे छात्रद्वयम् छात्रयुगलम् छात्रयुगम् पुस्तकानि पठ।
धन्यवाद। When that circle comes, you can say इनके साथ क्रिया एक वचन में रहते हैं। एक वचन क्योंकि ये वचन के बारे में बात बोल रहे हैं। जैसे छात्रद्वयम् छात्रयुगलम् छात्रयुगम् पुस्तकानि पठति सम्यक। तो दंपति पितरौ ऑल दिस विल कम इन द्विवचन में ही आते हैं। इनके साथ क्रिया भी द्विवचन में आती है। दंपति पितरौ अश्विनौ वा गच्छतः। तो अश्विनौ पितरौ गच्छतः और पितरौ हसतः। पेरेंट्स आर लाफिंग। पितरौ हसतः हसती हसतः है ना। लट लकार में हस धातु हसति हसतः हसन्ति, तो पितरौ हसतः, पेरेंट्स आर लाफिंग, वैसे मोदते मोदेते, आत्मनेपदी मोद धातु मोदेते, पितरौ मोदेते, पेरेंट्स आर एंजॉयिंग, दे आर प्रसन्न हो रहे हैं, वैसे। फिर ख द्वय युगल युग द्वंद्व, ये चारों दो अर्थ के बोधक हैं, ये शब्दों के अंत में जुड़ते हैं और नपुंसकलिंग एक वचन रहते हैं। तो दिस इज ऑल्सो क्वाइट क्लियर। जैसे यहाँ पे दिए छात्र द्वयम, छात्र युगलम, छात्र युगम, तो दीज आर ऑल दो अर्थ के बोधक हैं, लेकिन नपुंसकलिंग में चलेगा एक वचन, वैसे छात्र द्वयम बोथ स्टूडेंट्स, वैसे। हाँ, अस्तु।
Akaji, I have a question.
हाँ जी।
This word pitarau
हाँ,
also used for living parents, or like pitar is ancestors who have passed away.
Generally pitara pitri shabda, that pitri shabda, pita will be for living parents, and for this pitarau is versatile in that sense, but here we talk about living parents also as pitaraha. Like for example, when people do tarpana, like pitri tarpana, they will say so Mahapitriman. So there the Pitraman is the passed away ancestors. ये पितरः तान् पितॄन् सर्वान् पितॄन् तर्पयामि, ये पितरः, that पितरः is the same rupa as this pitarau, पितरः पितरौ, वैसे, but here it means living parents because they have clearly given mata pita for this, so they mean obviously mother and father, but the pitaraha shabda will come in that context also. If there is any difference in the rupa, I will check and tell you, but I think it is the same rupa. At least we have to see the context where it is used. Like that. Or for a mother and father, you can even say mata pitarau. Then it will mean mother and father only. Mata and pita, ubhau, mata pitarau. So then it means mother and father. That is living. Pitaraha means ancestors. I will check this, but I think it is the same. हाँ, अस्तु। अवन्तिका जी कृपया पठतु, किं भवति षडशीतिः
सापेक्ष सर्वनामः।
हाँ, धन्यवाद।
यत् अर्थक शब्द सापेक्ष सर्वनाम है, जो अतः यत् शब्द में जो लिंग विभक्ति और वचन होगा वही तत् शब्द में भी होगा। बुद्धिर्यस्य बलं तस्य, यानी शुभानि कर्माणि तानि त्वया
सेवितश्यानि, लाइक तैत्रीय उपनिषद में आएगा तानि से Tani Sevityani or something. I will check. But this such prayoga is in Taitriya or also in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. वैसे in Dvitiya Adhyay Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Sundar ji, you remember? Tani Sarvani Samyamya Yukta Asita Matparaha, right? हाँ, so there also you see similar shabda is used. Tani Sarvani. वैसे यहाँ पे Tani Sevitashyani. So when there is what they are saying is अतः यत् शब्द में जो लिंग है विभक्ति और वचन होगा वही तत् शब्द में भी होगा. So if it is पुल्लिंग प्रथम पुरुष एक वचन, then the same thing will be in तत् also. यहाँ पे जैसे यानी is given, यानी शुभानि कर्माणि, so यानी is बहुवचन, तानि त्वया सेवितश्यानि, that only you all do. So the vachana and linga etc. will match, they are saying in yat and tat. सापेक्ष सर्वनाम. अस्तु. नियम सप्ताशीतिः. केतु जी कृपया पठतु.
यत् शब्द जब ई अर्थ में आता है तब वह नपुंसकलिंग एक वचन ही रहता है। उसने कहा कि अब मैं जाऊंगा। सह अभाषत यत् अहम अधुना गमिष्यामि।
हाँ, धन्यवाद है। यत् शब्द जब की अर्थ में आता है तब वह नपुंसकलिंग एक वचन ही रहता है। दिस इज अ नियम ऑलवेज। वैसे सह अभाषत यत् अहम अधुना गमिष्यामि, तो दिस यत् शब्द जब की अर्थ में आता है तब वह नपुंसकलिंग एक वचन में रहता है, यत्। वैसे उसने कहा कि सब अब मैं जाऊंगा। अहम अधुना गमिष्यामि, सह अभाषत यत्। ओके, नियम 88 also we will see अष्टाशीतिः, I think अष्टाशीतिः। झलाम जश झषि। झलों 1 2 अहम पठामि। जलों 1 2 3 4 ऊष्मा को जश अपने वर्ग का तृतीय अक्षर होता है, बाद में झश 3 4 हो तो ये नियम पद के बीच में लगता है। जैसे सिद्ध प्लस दिही सिद्धि, ध को ध, धग दग्धः दग्धः, क्षुभ दः क्षुब्धः, तो द दीर्घ will become ह्रस्व, इब। रुद्धः रुद्धः। जैसे there is one more example here, बुद्धिः बुद्धिः। बुद्धि शब्द how is it formed means झलाम जश झषि, very similar to झलाम जशोन्ते। In झलाम जशोन्ते it was swara, in झलाम जश झषि it is व्यंजन। This is the difference, झलाम जश झषि and झलाम जशोन्ते। We just see the sandhi and sandhi vichhed, but before that we will see what is this jash, jal, etc. in Ashtadhyaya.
So Akashi, just this one. Baad mein jash teen char. What is the teen char? How does that work?
किम अस्ति प्रश्न?
No. In this sandhi only.
हाँ, बाद में जश.
लोगों को जश तीन अपने वर्ग में
तो
तृतीय अक्षर होता है, बाद में जश 3 या 4 होता है, 3
तृतीय चतुर्थ अक्षर, जैसे
कैन बी 3 और 4।
करेक्ट। ग और घ, यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल वाज दिस, राइट? सिद्धि ही, सिद्ध, द दीर्घ ध, दैट इज द 4th अक्षर ऑफ दैट वर्ग, जैसे त थ द ध, ऐसे। And then that other example, dagdhaha, they are given. The dag, dirgha, has become hrasva. The dag is dirgha of ka, ka, ga, gha. That gha has become small ga, hrasva ga, dagdhaha. It will not be dagdhaha, dagdhaha. बाद में जश हो तो बी, झलों को जश होता है, बाद में जश हो तो बाद में जश इज दिस दिही, दाहा, 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 दिस इज ऑल दैट बाद में जो है। In the examples of Ashtadhyaya, it is easier. Jhal, so this is all jhal. You see, varga chaturtaha, varga tritiyaha. This is sutra number 8453, 8.4.53. Jhal pratyaharaha, jhal varga chaturtaha, varga tritiyaha, varga dvitiyaha, varga pratamaha, ushmanaha, sarve. Jash is varga tritiya and jhash is varga tritiya plus varga chaturtha ubayoho. So what they are saying, jhal varnasya, in all these jhash varne pare, so prathama shabde if there is jhash varnadesha bhavati, the small, always the tritiya varga will be, tritiya akshara will be used. Examples we have to see only from here, because the others, the last two we have seen, we have to see dog plus dhum, that from this part, dog plus dhum, because all this is a different sutra, tumun pratyaya and all is coming, that will come later in our book, no need to get confused. Here they are saying this dog, dirgha gha is there, plus dhum, again dirgha dha is there, when they join together, the small ga will come, this dirgha gha will go away and hrasva ga will come. Dog plus dhum will become dogdhum, not dogdhum, dogdhum. Same here. हाँ, कोई प्रश्न अस्ति वा?
जी, So I think this part very cryptic. From all of this, what is written, understood is, if there is fourth akshar in the second word, like the, hai, or previous one has a third akshar, or the fourth, then it becomes a softer one.
Correct.
Yeah. 4 becomes 3 in the previous one.
Yes.
That much I understand.
That
but
is...
all the peripheral stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4, Ushma, उसमें से नहीं समझ में आया. I find this part of the lesson. I find this every lesson में I find this very cryptic.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for bringing this up, because there is a better example. If that Prathama Dvitiya is not understandable, you can see this example. Vagdevi, the Devi, goddess of speech. Vagdevi. Vagdevi you have to split as not Vag plus Devi. You have to say Vak plus Devi, because Vak, this is the speech, right, with K. So Vargasya Prathama Akshara Api, that Prathama Akshara K, even if it is this, then also it will become Vagdevi only. It will not say Vak Devi, Vagdevi. All the examples that you saw in the earlier sutra, Jalam Jashonte, whichever last akshara of the first word, whether it is Varga Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturtha, whatever, end may it will become Tritiya. That much we can understand. If the second word begins with the third or the fourth. So you have to see, Vargasya Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya akshara, this is for the first word. Vargasya Tritiya, Chaturtha akshara, this is for the second word. If the first words Vargasya is any akshara, and the second word the akshara is the third or fourth akshara, then when you bring a sandhi karya, then this Vargasya Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturtha, whatever it was, it will all become Tritiya. This is what the sutra is saying. Whether you take Vak plus Devi, it will also be Vagdevi. But whether you take Buddh plus Dihi, where Dha is the fourth akshara, then also it will be Buddhihi. Dha only will come.
Makes sense. So in one family, the first 3 combined with the 4 with 2, the first one will always become the third.
First 4 combined with third and 4 will always become third. Not first 3 others. First 4.
Combined with the
yes.
Combined with J.
In Sandhi Karya, always we remember there are 2 words, and the ending of the first word and the beginning of the second word deserve extra focus. This is all that Sandhi Karya is only bringing in letters. So when you have 2 letters, that first one will not come into it. Like in Nyaya we see that Avyapya Vritti, Vyapya Vritti. This may be a little confusing, but you know, if there is like this phone is here and my hand is touching the phone, I say only this hand, the finger is touching. This whole hand is not going to touch the phone. So even in Sandhi Karya, you take only the aksharas that are touching each other. You don't have to consider the entire shabda. You take only the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word, and those will combine for Sandhi. It doesn't matter what the first letter of the first word is. We don't care. We only care about, as far as Sandhi is concerned, the only thing that matters, the last of the first and the first of the last.
And one more question on this. Like this one is named Jhalam Jasha, something like that. Jash. Is there a logic to, like when someone asks, what is this? So I don't think I can remember the names just
That's
like
okay.
that.
So the logic is this: Jhalam. Jhalam is this Jhal Varna. So we had seen at the beginning of this book, we had seen something called Maheshwara Sutrani, where what is this Jal, what is this Jash, etc. came. Tomorrow we can see that again, or maybe even today we can see that again. Jhalam, Jal Varga means Varga Chaturtha. All this is called Jal. This whole thing Jal. So they are saying Jhalam, in Jal. When there is considering this Jal, this is the Jhalam here. And if you consider Jash, Jhalam will become Jash, where in Jash, Jhashi, Saptami Ekavachana. In jhashi, jhash, varga tritiya and chaturtha, this is the second shabda, right? Jhal is varga chaturtha, tritiya, dvitiya, panchama, prathama, ushmana. All this is first shabda. So if the first shabda will become third, the jhal in the first shabda will become the third akshara, which is jash, varga tritiya. When there is jhashi, varga tritiya and chaturtha in the second. This is the logic. But of course, understanding jhal and jash and all is not going to be easy. It is not like a straightforward thing. There are two ways to do this. Sandhi karya, when you just quickly see jhalam just jashi, the mind automatically understands that this buddhi shabda, siddhi shabda, this will all be governed by this sandhi. Otherwise, if you want to go the logical way, then there is something called Maheshwara Sutrani. What Maheshwara Sutrani says, I think this will be here. What is this? Maheshwara Sutrani. Can everyone see the screen, the PDF?
Yes.
Yes.
Ketalji, you have this? I airdrop to you. Done. Once more. 1 second. Done. So this is this Maheshwara Sutrani, right? Maheshwara Sutrani is not to confuse us. Maheshwara Sutrani is meant to simplify it. If you feel very confused by this Maheshwara Sutrani, you put a stop here and we can come back to this. Okay. What this Maheshwara Sutrani wants to say is when something like jhal is given, right? When this jhal shabda is used. What does this mean? Jhal. So you have to find the ja in this, the 14 sutras. The 14 sutras are meant to give simplifications to all the letters that are available in the alphabet. So we'll see this part first, then we see the 14th, right? What does this ak pratyahara, ik pratyahara, h pratyahara, what does he say? Ak means a, e, u, r and r. Why is this ak? So now we go back to the a. Where is this a? In the prathama. A, e, u, r and r. You have to skip the final akshara of each Maheshwara Sutra. You have to skip the in and you have to skip the ik. So when they say ak, you skip the last one and you take a, e, u and r. And this is ak. You see a, e, u, r. When you are reading Maheshwara Sutrani, this is the logic. So for example, let us take jhal. Jhalam, jash, jashi, right? We take jhal. So what all should be in jhal? Jha is here. In the 8th line, the first letter is jha. And il is the final letter. So you have to take from jha to il, everything. But you skip the end. You skip the last letter, aksharas in each sutra. So you have to skip nya, sha, va, ya, ra. Everything you skip first for jhal. So you say jha, bha, gada, dha, jaba, gada, da, kha, pha, kha, tha, tha, cha, ta, ka, pa, sha, sha, sa, ha. All these are included in jhal. If any of these aksharas is the final akshara of the first word, and if jash, if ja, bha, gha, dha, dha, if this is the first akshara of the second word, then the middle jash, you will get only the tritiya. Jash is here. Ja, bha, gha, dha, dha. This is jash. If the first letter is any of these, all of these in the first letter, first word, and the second word you have all of these, then the jod ke, the sandhi karya will be only the 10th one. Number 10, java gadada is the tritiya. So now you say, is this complicating things or is this simplifying things?
If I look at only one, it is easy for me. But when there are so many, then maybe it's difficult. But at least you can visualize why that jhalam, jhash,
Yes.
For me, it makes, I feel more comfortable. But I know what's going on. I may not remember, but I at least know this is how it is designed.
Yes, this is the logic. When they say Jal and Jash and all, they are using this Maheshwara Sutrani. If we don't understand what this Jal, Jash, etc., you just go back to this Maheshwara Sutrani, find whichever Akshara they have said and see whatever is between those two Aksharas. So Jal will be whatever is between Jah and Il. You have to take, except you skip the final Akshara in each sutra. What is the question?
Akashji, the question is, when we were showing the ashtadhyayi.com website for the Sandhi rules, you see that there are the sutra numbers that are there. Purvatra Siddham 8.2.1.
Yes.
And then there is a jump 8.2.108.
Correct.
So ideally, this is something that I've heard before also about ashtadhyayi, which is probably not pertinent to today's discussion, but how does one make sense of these sudden jumps in the sutras? Why does it go 100 steps beyond? I would expect things to be put together in one set, right?
Yes. So many places they are in the same set. For example, many sutras will follow the sutra that was right before, like this At Kup Vang Num Vyavayopi. There is one sutra. This sutra, what is this number? At Kup. Acha, this is this. This one. 842, right? This 842, they say Api. This Api is going to follow the exact same as 841. Whatever rule is given in 841, the same they will follow here. So some sutras do have sense, right? There is some meaning in some of the orders, but sometimes it is not there. Further, this is the Adhikara Sutra, right? What you said, this Purvatra Siddham and Samhitayam, they are the Adhikara Sutras for 8453 or 842 also. They are the same Adhikara Sutras, you see. In the 84 section, those two are the Adhikara Sutras. Purvatra Siddham, which is 821, and Samhitayam 82108. These Adhikara Sutras may not be in order. The main sutras, what the sutra karya itself, those may be in order, but Adhikara they may not have in order, because how can you have everything in order? If you have something has to not be in order. So this Pani Maharishi has stated that the Adhikara sutras may not be in order, but if there are two sutras following the same kind of theme, working on the same aksharas, the same karya, then they will be together. Your question, there is one more point here. Because of such complications only, books like Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi was even written, so that you can make some sense of the 4,000 sutras and take a group of them. You take only a selection of them. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi does not have all 4,000 sutras. It has only some, a collection, a selection of it. That Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi has taken selection based on what is meaningful to them. Same for Siddhanta Kaumudi, which was before Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Same for these Navya Vyakarana people. They have written other books. They take only some sutras. So this logic is there. So for your question, Adhikara Sutras may not be in order, but people have had this question before, which is why other simplifying books may have been written.
Even there are 4,000 sutras. If you look at even, say, for example, in Vedanta, Brahma Sutra, it's a very linear fashion things are going. We know that one Adharana is linked to the next one and there's a link with the other one.
Yes.
It does not appear as if the Sutra, say, Athatu Brahma Jigyasa, will then be again having the relationship Anavritti Shabdad, Anavritti Shabdad.
Yes.
So that will not happen. So it's a little different from the sutras that we are supposed to, we see, I guess.
Yes, it is. Of course, also Brahma Sutra is only 1/8. There are only 555 sutras, and here there are 4,000. So that is also a practical point. But also in Brahma Sutra as well, this Akasha Shabda, for example, if you want to take a specific Shabda, that Akasha, why Akasha is supposed to be Brahma in Upanishads, in two different places it is said, and they are not together. So there may be some order changes, Akasha Stallinga, then Akasha Vainama, whatever. Those two sutras, those Brahma Sutras are given. and they are not one behind the other. There is something between. So these order changes may come in such long books, but what is relevant and what is together, they will be put together. Like how we saw this Rashabhyam Nonaha, 841 and 842. Those are together. Those are simple, similar, and so they are together. And one more point, you see in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, in the same Ashtadhyayi app, they are given the number for Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, 235. And for Atkup Vangnum, sorry, I have gone to the Laghu Siddhanta. So Atkup Vangnam is 842, right? The number is not 236, it is 197. So each book is following their own order. They will follow this order for whatever it is. It is more important for us to know what is the meaning of that sutra and link it to other words.
No, I just want to say that, from our perspective, reading the Bhashyam and just looking at the words, I think that we should be clear on that objective, otherwise we can get lost here.
Yes, absolutely. There are groups of people who are studying Vyakarana alone for 10, 11 years. The 4,000 sutras alone. This is a big prospect. So we have to be careful. What is important for us in terms of Vyakarana for Vedanta is mainly those three things. Sandhi, Pratyaya, Samasa. Further, which sutra works for which Shabda. So if you see, for example, Shreya Shabda, Anyat Shreyo, Anyadutaiva Preyas. This Shreya Shabda, Shra will become Shreya through one specific sutra, Prashasya Shama. So only those important words in Upanishads, if we know how it is formed, that is enough for us. Sandhi Pratyaya Samasa plus important sutras, important words sutras. This is our perspective in terms of Vyakarana, because otherwise we can be studying for 10, 15 years also. We won't. We will finish much quicker.
And in many cases, you would intuitively know, and then in which case we don't have to worry so much about this.
Correct.
When you read the Bhashyam, it's only then the word, you want to break it and you don't know how to break it, then you can look at the sutra there.
Yes, correct. Bhashya you have to understand. If it's not easy to understand, see how the word breaks. Because the sutra is very clear on what the meaning of the word is. And then we can go and come back to Bhashya. Correct. Okay. Any other questions before we end?
But Swamiji asks this sutra.
Yes.
So it's not just knowing how to break and intuitively make sense of the word. He precisely asks you to.
That's the thing, Abhaji. Like, in Kathopanishad, Anyat Shreyo, Anyadutaiva Preya. When this Kathopanishad was, even the recordings are going on, Swamiji had asked, where is Shreya Shabda from? How do you find? What is the sutra for Shreya? This is the sutra. Because Prashasya Shaha says, Shra will become Shreya. So the sutra is that Prashasya Shaha. So you are correct. If you know which sutra works for these important Shabdas in Upanishads, that also is important. Sandhi Pratyaya Samasa plus whichever word, whatever word we are looking in Upanishad, how that word is formed. That's Sandhi Sutra, that whatever sutra, Sandhi Sutra, Sanya Sutra, whatever type of sutra is forming that word. These four things are very important for us in terms of Vedanta. How some Shabda is formed plus Sandhi Sutra. So that is what Swamiji asked. How this Shabda is formed. How is Preya Shabda formed? There is a super long sutra. You have to take breaths, 3 breaths in the middle before you finish it. So there are long different sutras that govern each word. That we have to do. That sutra is Priyas Thiras Firoru Bahula Guru Vriddha Tripra Dirga Vrindarakanam Prasthasva Var Brahmi Garvarshi Trap Dragi Vrindaha. You see how long this is? This is one sutra. This sutra is governing how Preya Shabda is formed. So important words we have to know sutra. That much we can start, because if we start learning everything, then we are in trouble. So Sandhi, Pratyaya, Samasa plus important words, sutra. Okay. And important words, which important words? Whatever comes in Swamiji's class. Those are the important words. Om पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। ओम सेम टाइम टुमारो।